Hello guys, what's up? This is Scher talking. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing some of the new stuff coming to global in Romancing Saga UniverSe. As you can see, the first of all, we have a new banner, and this one already has a global exclusive style. There is SS Cat Halloween, SS Azami Halloween, but there is a new thing. Princess White Rose. This is exclusive to global, and I was expecting this, and you should know why. In JP we have Halloween skins for some styles. One of them is Princess White Rose, other one is Merceting, and the other one is Princess Ray. We may even get Global X styles for Ray and Merceting coming next before we get to eventual Halloween date. So besides them, we also have an S version of Acelus and an A version of Joe. We'll be discussing a little of this, but I'll be making a review when we get the data from Princess White Rose. Yeah, we have to get this to discuss, but this banner was not so impressive for me because only Cat and Azami on a banner alongside Acelus and Joe will not make it that interesting. And then we have Princess White Rose, that's essentially a sun damage dealer. We just got 3 very powerful sun attackers in the game. I don't know how can they make this White Rose be better. They should try to bring some other element without just focusing too much on sun, or maybe making her a buffer. I don't know. I hope they make her a buffer, something that we lack in global. But it's not just that, we also have some other things to discuss. There is a returning banner for some styles, Halloween styles, 2 of them are. But why is Teacher Sif here? Well, Halloween Vampire Lady was very important since she was the first character in the game to have a turn 1 negation for damage. Oh my god, there's more. There's also Cotton and the latest Monica. That's interesting, I don't have this one. And she was released alongside Matriarch, very recent. That's the same thing for Leonid. Leonid's even newer. He's being returned here alongside Vampire Lady for Halloween. But Cotton is, well, not for Halloween or Monica or Sith. Well, Leonid is not that impressive. He's a blunt and dark attacker, most for blunt. He does have some powerful attacks, but he has Assault. This passive is only for turn 1 damage. After turn 1 he loses a lot of potential, but he does have Heal Link. It's a passive that heals himself and someone else by random chance. It's not that bad, but I still don't think that this guy is useful in boss fights since his passive stops working on turn 1. Then Vampire Lady is only for those that don't have the limited style for Madeline that can negate damage on turn 1. For those, she's pretty okay. Sith is something very good if you have the Platinum. The Platinum one is easy to acquire anyway. This one can keep buffing STR with only 4 BP. It's something interesting, but also not that important now that the Platinum style of Sith can open in, well, increase STR and dexterity for farming. This one can be better for long fights, but still I don't use, and I have her. But Cotton is very nice as a tank. It's just that we got so many different tanks that you don't need all of them. But Cotton is one of the best self-sustained tanks in the game. It does fight a lot of competition against UDX, Annie in Limited Annie from IRPO banner, and the UDX Madeline. Yes, this Monica is good if you have the Global X1, so you can switch between the attacks, one for instant killing, other one to just allow her to, well, use AoE. If you have the Global X, you can get an AoE attack into this Monica, or if you have this Monica, you can get the instant kill attack into the Global X version. A very interesting thing, it's 5 styles, so you don't get off banner here. For those that starting account, it's better, okay? So let's return here. I still don't think that this is such an important banner, just for starting accounts that need some help and, well, want to invest 1 or 2 or 3 multiples here. No character here is worth to go to the end, just to be sure. No one here is worth to go to the end. Cotton is the best one for, I don't know, long-term usage. But the rest, well, Vampire Lady is still interesting for those that don't have the other Madeline, but I'll wait for the return of that other Madeline instead. Okay, so 2 banners, and then we have this event, Castle Party Final Trial. Interesting that this is a version of Black. It has a very nice sprite art, as you can see. It's also themed by Halloween, and he's not that bad, but, well, still a freestyle that don't compete too much with premium ones. He's free and farmable in this event. As you can see, it will have 40 10 HP cap. That's the highest one right now. Hopefully it's better to farm than the current event, since the current event is terrible for farming. And then there is the return of this event here, Apidona Knight's Dream. This one was the event that got released alongside Vampire Lady, I think, and Sephira. Sephira is a useful character if you can inherit parry, but, well, we have better parry users instead of just this one. We have Beer, it's already farmable, and why use Sephira instead? But then you can be a collector and just collect this. Okay, clicking on back, and this event here is already inside the game. So let me just give a very quick look in the new styles. The first one being Cat. Halloween Cat is a debuffer, a very interesting one, and she opens more agility farming. Yes, exactly the same as the A style, but why use the A style now? Just very fast. Let me just try to translate the page. Sometimes it does not translate. This time it did. As you can see, she doesn't have insane status, only 80s on STR and 91 for STR for agility. They will probably buff her, so this is not final. But what makes this one interesting is the chance to debuff stuff with Cat Dance. As you can see, it decreases both STR and intelligence from the target. If you face some bosses that have multiple types of damage, it's interesting since you sometimes have to debuff both. She also recovers VP when she attacks with Cat Claws, so she has a sheep attack that actually just recovers. Then the third attack is very powerful. Cat Rhapsody is both slash and blunt. Very nice to use on agility position, and then because she's using an agility, you can kind of determine which turn she will attack on Rainbow Rangers. She also debuffs STR and intelligence when attacking, so she debuffs up to 4 times. 2 times for STR and 2 times for intelligence. It's good enough, and she also has a chance to counterattack and avoid with physical. She was probably the most interesting one in Halloween, but there's also Azami, as you can see here. And this Azami here, let's give a look. She has some options here like this triple S attack with only 10 BP coast. Well, it's not that this is so strong. And after that, she has some AoE options that are kind of average. The first one is cheap, but not so high damage. The second one has a little more power, but only 6. She doesn't have power charge, so she cannot use this 3 times in a row. She gets more damage on full HP. This is a very old, I think they will buff this. And she has a chance to buff both STR and agility, but it's only 25% chance. We have characters that can buff with a guarantee. And fired up 5. I don't think she's so powerful, especially for those that summon on the recent blunt banners. We have better blunt damage dealers, so that's why Cat seems more interesting. Now for inheritance, we can have Asalus. S style of Asalus has Rosario and Pale, and this attack here is, if I remember correctly, no, Rising Nova, sorry. She has Rising Nova. This attack is both slash and heat, and it will be upgradable to very good damage. Let's see it here. If they already have this listed, they probably have. So yes, Rising Nova goes to double S, but still keeps the 10 BP cost. This, well, only for when you are desperate for heat, if you still don't have. And for other things, we have this attack here, that's fast, and if I remember correctly, it can also be upgraded. The first one is, well, double attack with Randall. Yes. Twice special effects against human. It's interesting because recently we got Termite Final Emperor, Global X. He has the same type of skill, but D damage instead of E, but does not have increased damage against human. But 2 attacks is interesting as well. And then for Joe, let's see, we also have Joe here for inheritance. We will not be doing or using these characters for too much. She has this heat attack with 3 BP cost that's pretty powerful. Aqua Viper is very old, you barely have a usage for this, but she also has this Flame Ghost that's a roll attack. That's also not that important. None of the skills here are that important. The first one could have a reason to exist, but then she has a better inheritance in the future with older styles. So I think that's it. Returning to the banner image here, don't summon before we have a review, or if you, well, decide well on this, if they made some Global X changes, since Cat was the only one that has an appeal. Now we have a Global X with Princess White Rose. If they at least change her to not be just sun damage, I think this can be an interesting thing. And I am expecting strong buffs to Azami to make her at least something desirable right now. But that's about it, guys. Hope you guys can have fun when this arrives. And thank you so much for watching to this part. Hope to see you in the next time. Bye.